So in this problem, we need to determine the coordinates of the centroid of a triangle and whose coordinates of the midpoints of the sides are given -2, 3, 4, -3 and 4, 5. Let us begin by first considering a triangle with vertices A, B and C. Now the midpoint of B and C, we're going to consider it to be D. Midpoint of side AC, let it be denoted by E, and midpoint of AB, let it be denoted by F. Now if we join AD, BE and CF, those are going to be the medians of the triangle. And the medians meet at a common point G, which is going to give us the centroid of a triangle. So our goal will be to determine the coordinates of the centroid of this particular triangle ABC. And here we are provided with the coordinates of D, E and F. So that means, let's say coordinates of D, that's -2, 3. Coordinates of E, that's 4, -3. And coordinates of F, let it be 4, 5. Now using this information, we need to find out the coordinates of the centroid. So let's do that. First, let's specify the formula for finding out the coordinates of the centroid of a triangle. The centroid of a triangle with vertices having the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 is given by this particular expression. So here, to find out the x coordinate, all we have to do is take the sum of the x coordinates of each of the vertices and then divide it by 3. To find out the y coordinate, we take the sum of the y coordinates of each of the vertices and divide by 3. Now in our problem, we are not provided with the coordinates of the vertices. So what we'll do, we'll assume that the coordinates of A, let it be x1, y1. Coordinates of B, we are going to assume that that's x2, y2. And coordinates of C, we're going to assume that's x3, y3. Now that we have the coordinates of the vertices, we can start by defining the coordinate of D. So what's the coordinate of D? That's a very simple task because the D is the midpoint of the line BC. So that means we have x2 added to x3. If we take the sum of the x coordinates of B and C and divide it by 2, that's going to give us the coordinate of point D. And to find out the y coordinate, all we have to do is take the sum of the y coordinates of the vertices joining the line B and C. So we have y2 plus y3 and we're going to divide it by 2. So that's going to give us the coordinates of the midpoint of D. But it's already given to us that the coordinates of D, that's -2, 3. Which means that now we can equate them to get x2 plus x3 divided by 2. So that will be equals to -2. And then we have y2 plus y3 divided by 2. So that will be equals to 3, which gives us the equation x2 plus x3 equals to, so we're going to cross multiply 2 with -2 to get -4. And then we are going to get y2 plus y3 equals to, so 2 times 3, that's going to be +6. So here we're getting two equations. So we're going to name this equation as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Similarly, we can also define the coordinate of point E. All we have to do is consider the coordinate points A and C, and that is going to help us find out the coordinate of midpoint E. So let's do that as well. So we'll start by finding out the coordinate of the midpoint E. So that's simply given by, so here we have x1 plus x3 divided by 2, and the y coordinate will be y1 plus y3 divided by 2. That's the coordinate of the midpoint E. And this is already given and that it has a value 4, -3. So we can equate it and we can get two equations. So x1 plus x3 is going to be equals to, so we have 2 times 4, that's going to be 8. We're going to name it as equation number 3. And then we have y1 plus y3, that will be equals to 2 times -3, so that's -6. This is going to be equation number 4. Similarly, by using the coordinate of point F, we will get the other equation, which will be x1 plus x2 equals to 8. And this is going to be equation number 5. And we have y1 plus y2, so that is going to be equals to 10. This is going to be equation number 6. You can verify that. Now what we'll do, we're going to take equation number 1, add it to equation number 3 and 5. This is going to give us the equation x1, this will be 2 times x1 plus x2 plus x3. So that will be equals to -4 plus 8. Let's write it down, -4 plus 8 plus 8. So we have 2 times x1 plus x2 plus x3. this will be equals to 12. So what we'll do, we're going to divide both sides with 2. That gives us x1 plus x2 plus x3 equals to, so 12 divided by 2, that's going to be 6. Furthermore, we're going to divide each side with 3. So we're going to get x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So 6 divided by 3, that's going to be 2. So what we'll do, now we're going to add equation number 2, equation number 4, and equation number 6. Let's do that. Adding 2, 4, and 6. So this is going to now give us, so we have 2 times y1 plus y2 plus y3. So this will be equals to, now we're going to add 6 with negative 6, so that becomes 0, and we are only left with 10. Dividing both sides by 2 gives us y1 plus y2 plus y3 equals to 5. Now we'll finally divide both sides with 3. So we're going to get y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. That will be equals to 5 over 3. Now that we have the sum of the x coordinates of each of the vertices divided by 3, so that's nothing but the x coordinate of the centroid, and this is the y coordinate of the centroid. So that means coordinate of our centroid, the coordinate of the centroid G, so that's going to be simply given by, so where the x coordinate is 2 and the y coordinate is 5 over 3. So that's the value.